All right, we are here live at the Life and Transitions Experts Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Rollins, here on this podcast or on this channel, which is on YouTube and in the podcast world out there in Spotify and Apple Music. We'll love that like and subscribe. But here we are dedicated to helping families and helping people through some of the toughest challenges in their life, through those toughest transitions, such as when someone passes away. And when someone passes away and there is debt or there's assets that are left in their name, there has to be a legal way to pull those out of the name and on behalf of the decedent. And that across the world is normally called probate. So we're going to look at today, specifically North Carolina, what the process of probate is like, but digging a little deeper to the part of probate where you notify creditors, people who are still here or entities that are still here that are claiming that they owed funds from the decedent's estate. And so, how do you file that? And we'll maybe get a little extra tips here as well. So, let me share my screen. I figured out how to share my screen all super duper without having to make so many adjustments like I have in the past. So, I'm growing, I'm learning. All right. So, how to file notice to creditors in North Carolina. Probate is the legal process for settling the affairs of someone who passed away, as I stated. These are pretty much the steps in North Carolina. Every step is uh, slightly different, but you're going to open up the probate. You'll do a preliminary inventory and then actually take the inventory. While you're doing that, you'll also file notice to creditors to give people an opportunity to address their claims or at least state their claims. Then you'll address the claims and pay off any verified debt and taxes. Then you're able to distribute the remaining assets to heirs, and the final accounting should take place, and you'll be closed out. It is not a fun process. It is a long process. It is public, and it can be pretty expensive, particularly if you have a large estate. With a large gross value. And when you're talking about creditors, there are folks who are going to be uh, receiving what I'm supposed maybe owed in a lot of places, but that doesn't change the fact that it does take away from that inheritance. So we're trying to create and build generational wealth here. So let's see how we can. Uh, well, we can talk to me about ways that you can avoid probate in the future, so that you can transfer more of that wealth. And so you will initially you'll open up the probate and receive your letters, whether this is a will and someone passed away and they have a testament that they left, so you'll have letters of testament, or if someone passed away without a will and you're administrating the will, you have letters of administrations. That means you're legally able to manage the estate during the probate. And once you open up those, then you can go ahead and contact. You'll do a preliminary inventory um, at that time, anyways, and then you can go ahead and contact the qualified publications in your area. You can check with the estate office to find out which ones um, are qualified. And how it's qualified is they basically have to have a certain bandwidth or span of reach, which makes sense. You got to be able to reach people. You can't just put it off in the corner that, hey, we're looking for folks who maybe or do money here. Now you have to make sure it's people have the opportunity to take a look. So next is well, at that stage when you do go, let's see, when you do go and contact the publication, you'll only need to, for most of them, you'll need to just email them the death certificate, and sometimes the letter you do need to share sometimes, and they'll be able to draft everything, and then you review and make sure that it's the correct draft. Most publications will charge about $270 to run this for to create the ad and run it for 4 consecutive weeks, which is the time in North Carolina that you have to adhere to. So you file it, that's boom, file, and then it has to run for 4 consecutive weeks from that filing, and then after that, well, filed in 3 consecutive weeks. So four has to run for 4 consecutive weeks, basically. And then all creditors have 60 days after that to, or 90 days after that to reach out. So it's about 4 months that you wait. Um, well, 90 days from the first publication. So you have a total of 90 days. Let's just put it 90 days, 4 weeks, and then they have 60 days after that. So get it in there and they'll be able to connect with you because they'll have contact information on how to contact the estate and make their claims. When you review and you assert any claims, make sure that you also are noticing what don't just go off paying during the payment phase. You need to make sure that all claims are not equal and make sure the ones that are have priority. I would still encourage you to try to negotiate down every single claim. It doesn't hurt you to ask, and if anything, they might be able to take it completely off or get it reduced, and that would be a great thing. So definitely review the claims before you um, start paying them off. And hopefully, there's tons left over you can share with so folks who have survived, so that they can have their funds. Um, yeah. So if you all need support or help in any way, feel free to reach out to me at Estate Pro Service, Courtney Rollins. You can set up a calendar invite. Oh, I'm all the way over there. We can get on the calendar, I should say, and sit down on Zoom and see what your situation is, and see how we may be able to serve and help you. All right. If you have property out there or you need support trying to find a quick and easy and convenient solution, feel free to reach out to Estate Pro Service. We'd love to help you in that way as well. All right. Until next time, life and transitions experts, let your light shine.